For the Mos Eisley girls, we basically came to it as a name because there's always that fantastic Obi-Wan description about the wretched hive of scum and villainy, and to me that's sometimes online gaming, and and it just really fit. The website is more, right now it's in its fledgling states where it's a passion project of ours. We're trying to make an online community and resource available, tutorials, charity events, hopefully eventually play in some tournaments. It's just basically for people to get together, have fun, and be fun.
Kesselman over here designed everything, the logo, down to the web page, and she's amazing. All I did is pretty much code the whole thing at the moment, and I'm very proud of it because it actually looks great on mobile. Go on your mobile phone and check out our website.
Oh, it's moseisley.girls.com.
And you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter under Mos Eisley Girls as well.
I actually feel we're kind of in a golden age. Like, we do have this wonderful nostalgia for classic console, and they did amazing things and pushed barriers with very limited technology, but right now just everything that they have at their disposal, they're making incredible things developmentally. You know, whether you think of motion, if you mention motion sensor gaming to someone 10 years ago, you know, like, I think it's amazing.
I mean, I agree with Kessel. Everything has just been so groundbreaking, so many new things coming out years ago. Like, gaming wasn't such a thing that anybody could just get into. It's like, it was just like some little, I suppose, like little group, and now like everybody's getting into it, from older people, younger people. Everybody's able to, they made it so accessible.
It's just mind-blowing how far it's come from, like, you know, playing Banjo-Kazooie on your 64 to doing the Star Wars Connect game and besting Lando Calrissian in doing like Boogie Nights or something like that. Even yesterday when we saw the 13 little sneak preview, the graphics alone, the engine that they're running it on is pristine. I wanted to ask every question I could, but since it's so new, they had nothing to tell you. And all I know is that I now have to go home and somehow build a mega monster computer.
I'm actually a second generation nerd, and being raised with Star Wars was part of my heritage, part of my upbringing. So it's everything comfort and beautiful and wonderful to me.
Well, my screen name is Darth Kitty. So I am Sith Lord somewhere in the universe. My Star Wars fandom basically kind of started watching Star Wars on TV, and then when they finally re-released the first 3 on the theater, I spent the whole day in the theater with my friends watching all 3 of them in the big screen. I do a lot of books, I do t-shirts, I like swag. And I love, my favorite thing so far right now is my really big FX Darth Vader lightsaber, and it's red, and I like to chase my dog around with it. I do Star Wars nails for E3. And over at PAX I did a Rebel Alliance.
I have the unedited VHS original Star Wars. I have the unedited DVDs, and then I have the edited DVDs, and then I have the Blu-ray Star Wars.
There's a reason why this website exists.
And then to super dedicated, I got my tattoos. I have zombie Han Solo, who is also somehow Scott Baio, and then a zombie Boba Fett. I wanted to show my love for zombies and then also Star Wars at the same time. Super old school Star Wars fan. I read even the outside books. I watch the Clone Wars cartoon on Cartoon Network because I suck. I even watched when it was a cartoon before it turned into the CG animation.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, if I can get my hands on some weird like tidbit of information, I keep it forever. And I don't know if I can still do it now, but I used to be able to name all the original bounty hunters from the movie.
Yeah, I also have a Star Wars tattoo that I can show you.
Wow.
I designed it myself.
I literally spent 6 hours on a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin last year making this really badass Boba Fett jack-o'-lantern and a Vader, and they're really awesome. Of course, just like all these girls, I've watched all the Star Wars multiple times.
Star Wars games, the game that got me into console gaming was actually playing The Old Republic, the original BioWare one. It's still my favorite Star Wars game, but I've pretty much played them all, and I have to admit right now I'm really into the Kinect Star Wars bundle. Even though everyone panned the reviews, I sit there and I dance and I dance and I dance and I love it.
Definitely Star Wars The Old Republic, from the Old Republic Knights to new MMO, and I'm a huge fan of Legos, so the Lego Star Wars was like my favorite.
The Rogue Squadron. I have my Super Star Wars game for my Super Nintendo. I had the fighting game that they had, the original PlayStation.
Pod Racer, exactly, like long ago. I have to agree, I really love the Kinect Star Wars even though people don't like it.
In my fantasy world with the bangest body in the world, Slave Leia.
A couple years back I did Maris Brood. I don't know if you guys know.
I do.
Okay. I'm gonna go with General Grievous. I don't know how I would pull it off, but I would somehow make that work. Or just, normal Stormtrooper. Just go with the basics. Like, stick to the classics. Like, I don't want to have like the chest plate that has obvious like the boobs that are there. It's like I don't need to show off that I'm a girl who loves Star Wars. I just love Star Wars.
I actually have worked on a Han Solo costume for Comic-Con this year, and I've done Mara Jade before. That or it'd be my Twi'lek smuggler from the Old Republic.
I would probably have to say Boba Fett or Vader, exact like the classics. People know me as Vader at work just because I like to bring people to the dark side, and that's how I train people at work.
Go stab all the people in the face and then drop bombs on them from like being 10 feet away. I'm serious, like, 10 feet away, he's like, do it. And then truck blows up. I just want all of the most violent games to come out so I can murder everybody and keep the world a little bit of a better place.